4 hours with them or 5 hours with them on a golf course because you get to see how they really are. Because when you hit a ball and it doesn't go where you are, it's hard to stop whatever's feeling inside of you from just coming out the top. So, yeah.
Interesting. That's a good gauge of character then. Huh?
Yeah. You really get to know somebody out there.
Yeah. So you were pretty impressed with my my score, right?
John, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pleased with what I saw out there.
You thought it was gonna be way worse. Huh?
I would go golfing with you again, not just because you're a lovely person, but
thanks.
because it's not so bad being out there and watching you hit the ball around.
I have a very stiff style. Like I was watching that video right there, and you're like, you have this like fluid, amazing swing, and I'm like, dad bodded, like a freaking an older.
You need to do some Pilates or something. I don't know, stretches.
Stiff, dude.
No, I still got that wiry body.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh my gosh. So we were talking about it. I'm sitting there. My first round was at like 11 years old, and it doesn't look like it on camera, but that's actually 23 years ago.
Wow.
23 years.
You look very young.
I do look very young.
So you're 34.
I'm 34.
And you're
good math.
Yeah,
good
see,
math.
I'm smart at something. And you are married.
I am married. It sounded like you said you were married. I am.
You is married.
I is married. I is married.
And then your kids, and my bad, I trolled your Facebook and then I forgot to send it to Tyler to text. So so we'll talk about them and then we'll throw them in there after the fact. But
all right. I know what they look like.
You know what your kids look like, right?
I can pick them out of a crowd.
So your daughter
4 out
looks
of 5
just
times.
like your wife, and then your son looks just like you.
Yep.
So genetically, how did you engineer that? Was it like some test tubes or something like that? 'Cause
Yeah. No, we went to a specialist and said we want this one this way, and they said get out of Taco Bell. So it's just how it happened. My wife is beautiful, blonde hair, blue eyed, and my daughter is the same, beautiful blonde hair, blue eyed, and I'm messed up brown hair with some sort of hazily eye and crazy, and my son is the same way.
Yeah.
Brown, messed up hair and crazy little weird eyes, and he's a little maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love him.
So how did you meet Miss Dalton, Kristen? How did you guys meet? I always love people's love stories.
Have we actually ever talked about it?
No. Should we not talk about this on camera?
Heck, I'll go there.
All right, go.
We met at a little place called Safaris on Revolucion in Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh, that's where. If you're looking to pick up chicks, go to Tijuana.
That's where you go.
All right.
It was. It's actually. So this was back when I moved out to Las Vegas.
Okay.
It was like 3 weeks later where I was living in Las Vegas, and my friend from back in San Diego called me and said, "Hey, Kyle, I've got tickets to a 50 Cent concert."
Oh, the story's getting better.
So naturally, I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. So
what skinny white guy doesn't want to go to a 50 Cent concert?
I know, I fit right in.
Your inner gangster out.
All up in the club, yeah. No, so I went, and we went to the concert, and I stood around like this. This is fun. But then he suggested after the concert, hey, let's go to TJ. Now, I had to fly back to Las Vegas the next morning at like 8 o'clock. So I'm like, I don't really want, but okay, let's go.
You twisted your arm, yeah.
Yeah, so we went down there, and then I was just, had a couple Pacificos, and just sitting at a table waiting for my friend off somewhere. I don't know what the heck he was doing. I was ready to go, and then all of a sudden I see this long blonde hair walking over here and walk up behind me. Get one of these. Where did they go? She went and stood in front of me at the table with her other friend there, and
so your heart radar just went out.
Oh man, it went yeah, for sure. And then so I figured, what have I got to lose? So I put my smooth on, walked up behind them, stuck my head in between their head, and said, "How you ladies doing tonight?"
You're that guy at the bar.
That was it. Yep. And it's all history from there. How you ladies doing tonight? That's how you find your wife in TJ.
My opening.
Kristen, I'm so sorry for telling this story to the whole wide world on the internets.
Okay, so what I really appreciate about our friendship is that we are parallel in many ways with our humor and our outgoing extrovertedness kind of thing. Because our wives are the complete opposite, meaning Kristen and Jen, my wife, don't like the attention, are very quiet, very reserved, and all this kind. And then they're married to us.
This is their worst nightmare. If you were to put
Yeah.
Jen there and Kristen here,
They would never do it. They wouldn't do it.
You couldn't force them. No.
And so my opening line to my wife was on Valentine's night of 2004.
Let's hear it.
And I walk up. It's a busy night. I was working at Macaroni Grill, and she was working there too. And so I was scoping her out. She was on the radar kind of thing. So I had to do some recon. I had to see, is she taken or whatever, right? And so I walk up and was like, "So, what are you and your boyfriend doing for Valentine's tonight?" Right? Because then she's like, "Oh, I don't have a boyfriend." And then when you get choked up and like, so you just say the next thing comes out of your
what
mouth.
next?
She's like, "I don't have a boyfriend." I was like, "Me neither." So she's like, "Oh, good to know that you don't have a boyfriend." And then a couple days later, she was waiting outside on the bench in front of Macaroni Grill. She's waiting for a ride, and I walk up to her and I lean up next to the wall, all suave like, and I'm like, "So, what time am I taking you out to the movies tonight?"
No, you didn't.
Yeah, open-ended questions. It's all about opening, not yes or no questions, but what time. So what time am I picking you up? Assume the close. I'm just a natural salesman.
ABC.
And here we are, 14 years later with 3 kids and good times.
14. Yeah. Well, you're a couple years ahead of us. We just had our 12th.
Congratulations,
and we have
man.
2 kids because we were smart enough to stop.
Well, you're paired up evenly, so that's good.
Yeah,
And you got your little mini-me's.
We replaced ourselves. That's for sure.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So are you done with golf?